Hello everyone, this is Juan Sarmiento and today is Thursday, April the 29th. I have been almost out of my house, only a couple of days remain, and I will be moving to Mexico, at least for the first month or so before I move to Spain. We are waiting for Spain to open, and we decided to take a trip to Mexico and explore that before we move to Europe. That doesn't mean I'm quitting, quite the opposite. I'm very excited about continuing to trade in Europe and continuing to make these videos. So the only difference is that I sold my computer and now I have a laptop. But as you would see, nothing will change. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to check our trades and just click by the symbol here, and I'm gonna quickly go to see if there is anything that needs updating. And what we need to see is the expiration of the shorts. May 21, that's plenty of time to go for this DHR, so I'm not changing any of that. Let's move on to the next. And this is GS Goldman Sachs 21. We are right at the smiley face. Let's take a look at the chart. Oh yeah, that looks like it's going to move higher, so I'm not changing that. Okay, then IBM. Okay, let's look at the price and slices. The delta is negative. Okay, if you look at the chart, that's a negative candlestick. It went up and then down. Okay, so I'm perfectly happy with take that negative delta for now. Intel. Okay, Intel, it looks has fallen below the Ichimoku cloud, but it's moving sideways. I think it might continue on lower. Let's take a look at the Analyze tab, and that's negative. Hey, how about taking some profit? We can sell some of these puts or some of the calendars. Okay, so let's take Control key, Command key, Analyze closing, Analyze rolling. So we get a calendar, and we just need to close one of the calls. Let's see, our deltas are 145, so if we take a couple of them off, the deltas are reduced as we go. That seems like very little change for what we're doing. So how about the puts? Would the puts be better? If we increase the number of, no, that just very little change there. So the thing to do would be to sell some puts or buy some calls. I think we sold calls before, so let's take a look at what we sold. Account statement, and go back, let's say 30 days, and then we can see the price at which we sold our long calls. Make sure we enter INTC here, INTC, and the calls we sold, one here, $10. It's the only one I sold. Oh, I must have sold some even before that. So let's go to the monitor tab and go back 45 days. There you go. So the average price here, as you can see, $10, $9, let's say $10, let's say, a little over 10, under $10. Analyze trade. If we're going to buy some calls now, it will be only $2. Oh, what a change. Hey, we can buy one back, and that increases our deltas, go from negative 145, just buying one, it goes to minus 90. If we were to sell puts that we have 12 of, it would be a whole, just sell one. That neutralizes my deltas further. Okay, so we can essentially, this is buy a call, sell a put. If we do them together, you can come to the June and sell a put, control bid, just to neutralize my deltas a little. And that's a debit, so we are paying a little money to do this, but that reduces our deltas to minus 45, and that reduces our risk, our delta risk. So I'm going to do that just to reduce our deltas here. And that will fill tomorrow. Let's move on to lows. Is slightly delta negative. The stock is moving down. I think we're fine with that. All right, so I'm going to leave that alone. NUE, it looks like I rolled up a couple of calls. Here you see we have 55 calls short, 57.5 long, and then we have this way up above here at 77.5, but the stock is trading at 83, and that looks bullish to me. So we are in no hurry to sell. We could sell one, but our deltas are 80 here. I'm going to leave that alone, and we'll revisit next week. The deltas here are negative, and we have 3 short puts only. We don't have any short calls, and these calls are out of the money. And I think this stock will continue to go lower. They just reported earnings, and they came ahead of expectations, and the stock jumped a little bit. But if the stock rallies strongly, we have this 195. If it goes down to 195, we're very close to neutrality. I'm fine with that. Okay, and that's all there was for that. I have a few candidates here: Facebook, UPS, Fulton Homes, I guess, KY,